Tomoe's apartment is not at all like I expected it would be. For starters, it's not an absolute trash heap like it always was in my mind's eye. I was expecting more pink, but I guess not. The place is nice, fairly modern, and probably not that cheap. She lives on the outskirts of Shinjuku, so she's a lot closer to the office than I am. That probably explains why she's usually so punctual, despite her having terrible work ethic. From what I can gather from my first impressions, she lives alone. Jesus. Ugh. A few photo frames near the entrance feature some family members, including a younger brother and a sister. It's funny because she doesn't seem to like the older sister type to me. She totally seems like the older sister type to me. The personal effects decorating the apartment are cheap and tacky, much to my surprise. I immediately get the feeling that she earns more money than I do, even though we have the same job, though how could that be? We're both simple data entry temps. We'd surely be on the same contact with my fan and the same salary. I suppose she's a little older than me. Maybe she had a well-paying job before she started work at Temujin. Or maybe she had a side job. Either way, there's no way she could afford to live here on the same salary as me.
So, would you like a cup of tea? I've got oolong, green, barley, hojicha.
So many to choose from. I didn't take you as much of a tea drinker.
Well, of course I am. It's tradition, you know. Tradition's real important.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Hojicha for me, please.
Sure. Coming right up.
As Tomoe busies herself in the kitchen nook, I continue to scan the apartment. A fairly large TV sits at the top of a sleek cabinet against one of the walls in the living area. A comfortable-looking sofa fills most of the room, but gives way to a small katatsu in the corner. During winter, a katatsu is a very valuable piece of furniture. It's a small, low table with a blanket to cover your legs. What? It's a small, low table with a blanket to cover your legs. Underneath is a tiny space heater designed to warm up the... I want to look at this. It just pulled up food. What is this called? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Kotatsu. Oh, that's really interesting. It's literally here, let me pull it up. It's literally just a table with a blanket. That is genius. And like a big couch. That's really cool. Huh. That's awesome. Oh, I like this couch. I like the low couches. That's awesome. Really cozy. Yeah, it's got like a heater underneath. Alright, cool. Alright.
I like your kotatsu. I can't even fit one in my apartment.
Oh, yeah. They're great, right? Dad actually made that one for me.
It's right here, I think.
Your dad made it?
I look closely at it. I don't know much about woodwork, but the whole thing looks very solid and well made. Even the blanket spread underneath the table's surface is pleasing to look at.
It's probably not cold enough to flick the heater on, but feel free to sit down there if you like.
No, that's okay. I'm warm enough.
A memory of my childhood flickers at the edge of my mind like a moth dancing around a flame. Sitting at a kotatsu as a child, with a warm cup of cocoa and my big sister reading a book aloud to me. Yeah, it'd be a really awesome thing to have in the winter. I shake my head. That was too long ago to even attempt to remember correctly, and the past never really mattered much to me anyway. Tomoe has finished pouring tea, so she sits 2 ceramic mugs atop the coffee table and calls out to me.
Tea's up!
Thank you.
So, we gotta protect you from Corpse Girl, right?
Right. I simply nod.
Hey, wait a minute. If you got one of them photos, that means someone requested your death, right?
Right.
This whole time, I've been thinking it's Corpse Girl that wants you dead. But that ain't right.
Right.
It means that someone else just asked Corpse Girl to put you in the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I figure.
She's not wrong. While Corpse Girl isn't actually after me, it's true that there's somebody who requested my death.
Huh. So who do you think it is? Who wants you dead?
My best friend. Pretty sure.
Well, honestly, at first I thought it was you.
Yeah, I mean, last week I might have been tempted to chuck your photo on the website, but nah. You work right near me in the office. If you ended up dead, someone would trace it back to me, you know?
Maybe. I mean, you did assault me.
I dobbed in Akane Tsurumaki because she worked way upstairs. And we never talked, save one time when I found out she's a total skank.
Jesus.
Oh? So you did speak to her once? What was she like?
Fucking slut, that one. We met in the lobby. I was on one of them couches doing my makeup because I was in early one morning.
Don't tell me too much. I might have an orgasm on your couch.
She walks past me, gives me one of them looks all those snooty rich people give you. You know the type. Like, I'm better than you and I know it. But you know what she said to me?
What did she say?
What did she say?
She says this. Honey, please wait for your clients outside the building.
That's it?
Huh? What did she mean?
Oh.
Ugh, don't you get it? She was implying that I'm a hooker or something. Just by looking at me, she decided I didn't belong in the office building.
But why does that make her a slut? She called you a slut.
Ah,
It really pissed me off. I'm sick of people judging me like that. Yeah, I look different from y'all, but so what? I got my own style, so just fuck off.
Okay.
so you're not a hooker?
Bitch. You're lucky I'm in a good mood.
I can't help but laugh along with her.
Sorry, I was just kidding.
Yeah, I know. You're not so bad, Noriko Kurosawa.
Even though I did call you, what did a skank like 40 times?
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself, Tomoe Watanabe.
We share another laugh, and I feel my tense and guarded persona slowly slipping away. This girl, this person that I detested just days ago, did I have her all wrong? We clashed countless times while working together, but now we're suddenly becoming closer. Well, yeah, that's 99% of the cases. Like, people can get along really easily if you just, like, sit there with them one-on-one. You could usually get along with anyone. But no, you didn't get her wrong. She's kind of fucking rude. Why is that? I don't... She's just really rude. Like, she was a bitch. She assaulted you. It's almost as though some of the maternal instinct kicked in to gear inside Tomoe, and she feels the urge to keep me safe. Is it guilt over Akane Tsurumaki's death? Is it because she's happier overall than she has a boyfriend? Does dating Shinya make her less pissed off at the world and less eager to lash out? I don't know the answer, but I'm glad we've been able to set aside our differences.
Right. Now we've got some tea. Why don't we watch some trashy TV?
It's not exactly my preferred way to spend the evening, but Tomoe has welcomed me into her home. We've all but buried the hatchet. It's only fair that I extend a hand of friendship after her as well.
Okay. Trashy TV sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomoe cheers and picks up the television remote with a quick flick of her wrist. Meanwhile, I got an achievement. It says Bleached Soul. I'm assuming I got that because I went with her. Another dull morning in the office. The chatter of people talking on the phone, the humming of the air conditioner, the tapping of the fingers against the keyboards. If I didn't have music to drown out the white noise, I'd probably go mad from being exposed to it every day. I don't know how everyone else deals with it. Thanks to a good night's rest, I've been able to work diligently so far. I've completed a few tasks already, but there's still a lot more work to do. As I continue to pulverize my keyboard with thin, brittle fingers, I look out over the office floor to see who's around. Shinya sits at his desk, his expression scrunched up into concentration, and he absentmindedly scratches his face with the blunt end of a pen. Turning my gaze, I observe the back of Tomoe's head as she works attentively at her computer. She hasn't said anything to me since we arrived at the office this morning. Because I now know that she's not the one who requested my death, I feel more at ease with her. And with the photo of my own corpse being destroyed, I can put yesterday's unplanned events behind me. I need to be more careful in the future. Yeah, you do. Forgetting that a planted photo like that in Tomoe's desk drawer was an oversight I can't afford to repeat. I need to be clever, calculated, cunning. Corpse Girl's ambitions require me to be peak performance at all times. I can't go messing up like that again. I'm lucky that no one else was dragged into the whole mess. Imagine if I did something so stupid while trying to kill a real victim. I would have ruined the entire operation. Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks softly with both hands. From now on, I'm going to truthfully focus on who's carrying out my plans. Focus on when carrying out my plans. All I need to do is wait for the next victim to come through the website. I'm ready for it. Finding out the identity of whoever requests my own death shouldn't be my top priority. Because it's your best friend. And you know it is. I'm immune to Corpse Girl's wrath, of course, so unless somebody decides to come at me with a knife, I'm perfectly safe. I'll check out the website request this evening. As soon as I get home. It's too risky to try to access it while at work. With a newfound resolve, I nod to myself and look ahead to the end of the day. The flickering notification on my laptop screen prompts a wicked grin to split my face in two. One new request. I don't want to waste any time before opening the details of the request. My heart begins to pound, and I feel the welcome rush of adrenaline flooding through my body. Oh, here we go again. Request details. Today, 10:55, local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image. My eyes widen at the sight of the uploaded photo. Two people, two identical women. Twins, identical twins at that. That's kind of an issue. What if they both die? The woman on the left is circled in red. She's obviously the requested victim, but without knowing them personally, it's impossible to distinguish the two. They both have the same stunning features, lustrous hair, and contagious smiles. This is truly an interesting request. I immediately jumped to the conclusion that one twin wants the other dead. That's a really risky thing to do. Trying to kill your own twin? With a third party? It's bound to cause some mistakes. That's not the only possibility, but I'd like to think it's the case. Makes it exciting. This type of request only serves to reinforce my resolve. I can't wait to start gouging out the victim's eyes. She will leave behind a truly beautiful corpse. As I wait for my secret weapon, the database of the deceased, to load up, my phone tingles beside me on the couch. It's a noise message from none other than Kojiro. Hey, you there? About last time. Hi. Hey, that guy, Ichi Hanande, gone today. Is that so? Where did he go? Cremated. Family didn't collect him. Limited space, you know how it is. I didn't quite know why Kojiro decided to tell me this. I suppose he still thinks I requested Ichiri's death, so... Let's see. More names? What? Want me to look up more names? Corpse Girl's victims. Sorry, I don't have any more names for you. Shame. Tell me if you request more deaths. Oh. And... Do you know her identity? Who? Corpse Girl? Yes. Sorry, no. I don't know who she is. Okay. Is it you? This fucking music. Jeez, are we back at this again? No, it's not me. I'm not as clever as all that. Okay. How did she kill? Not sure. Okay. What do you know? LOL. All I know is that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Everyone knows that. My dog knows it. Well, why do you think I know more just because I use the website? It's her calling card. You had a request for Phil. Tell me, I think he's a cop. I don't know what else to tell you. Lame. Okay. By the way, I'm a cop. I saw the photo. What photo? Ichi Hanande. Photo on his phone. Calling card. Huh? How did Kojiro... Because he's a fucking cop. How did Kojiro see it? Sure, he deals with dead bodies, but surely professional possessions are removed from the deceased before they enter the morgue. I need to play it cool here and not invite any more suspicion on myself. Are you talking about the photo that Corpse Girl supposedly sends to her victims? Yes. The way he types yes reminds me of the YMS fucking terrible Lion King movie. Wait. Here it is.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Fucking idiot. Wait. Okay. Yes. Funny thing. Was definitely the guy, but the photo didn't match the cause of death. The photo didn't match the cause of death? I remember crafting Ichi Hanande's photo, of course. It wasn't all that long ago. I used the base image of a corpse with dismembered legs hanging out over a power line. It was a memorable image after all. It made a fearsome sight, but it's not something that could easily be replicated by suicide or by murder, for that matter. So I never really expected Ichi to wind up looking like the photo. From what I read in the obituary, he died in a traffic accident. He must have been driving, or he was a pedestrian. Either way, he was likely a collision on the vehicle. For starters, cadaver still has both legs. No legs in the photo. Did you know that? No, I didn't know. I haven't seen the photo you're talking about. You haven't? Interesting. So Corpse Girl doesn't share with the requester. Hang on. Okay. So only the victim sees the photo. Here. Kojiro shares a photo in the chat. Yep, looks about right. How would he be able to tell that's him? That could be anybody. His face isn't showing. Like, if I were to see a photo of this, I wouldn't immediately assume it's me on the power lines. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Sure enough, it's a snapshot of the corpse I produced for Chidi Hanande. He must have copied it from the victim's phone. I feel like it would have been more impactful if he was flipped the other way, where his head was like leaning back and you could see his face. Compare it to this. Another photo is shared in the chat. This one I haven't seen before. Really? He's dead? He looks like he's just sleeping on his car. It's Ichi Hanande's true corpse sprawled in front of the driver's seat of a wrecked car. It doesn't look wrecked to me. Seeing a genuine corpse photo doesn't come as much as a surprise to me. After all, I've spent countless hours trawling through the database of the deceased. I've seen more than my fair share of destroyed lives. There's not too much blood in this photo. There's no blood in this photo. It's kind of lame compared to the gorgeous rendition of his death I had lovingly crafted. Yeah. It's not even entirely evident what I led to Ichi's car conclusion. This very well could have been a genuine accident. For my own ego, I have to at least pretend that Corpse Girl had handed it. Thoughts? The real death doesn't match Corpse Girl's photo at all. Why do you think that is? I feel pretty clever and manipulative by putting the question on Kojiro. I want to lessen the suspicion on my true involvement as much as possible. You're asking me? He has a problem with double caps. Well, some theories. Corpse Girl photo is a scare tactic, nothing more, but I don't know where the photo comes from. She convinces the victim to kill themselves. What the hell? How could this very first theory be right on the money? Who is this guy? He's a cop, and it's not that hard to figure out, unless there's really an assassin going around killing these people in elaborate ways. Is he stalking me or something? Does he actually know the truth? Second theory. Corpse Girl comes after victims, but a genuine accident happens first. Just block this guy. Like, why are you still talking to him? Ichi Hanande dies before she got to him. His second theory is off the mark, but I can see why he came to that conclusion. Regardless, this is the theory I want him to believe. I think the second theory is most likely. Why would someone kill themselves from seeing a photo? Doubting my own methods like this leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Well, it's true. Why would you? If I saw a photo of my dead body, I'd be like, who the fuck is pranking me right now? Not that simple. Photo is personal and timestamp adds urgency, realism. Could be effective, especially in someone anxious or gullible. He's right, of course. Although causing death in this manner was never my intention when I first started Corpse Girl's website, it's a possibility that it did occur to me when Yuri Hatana died. Wait a minute, how did you even get these two photos? LOL. Now she asks, I'm a cop. Police on the scene like to share, more morbid the better. Okay. He's a cop. Dead guy with a corpse photo on his phone fits the bill. They sent me both photos. They sent you the photos? Okay. We played Spot the Difference. LOL. Disgusting. I never knew the police could be so disrespectful to the dead. Well, I can't really talk, at the very least. I'm not in the line of work. Anyway. Coffee? Please say no. Huh? Get coffee with me. No. Why, and... If I get an option here, I'm clicking no. Unbelievable, this guy wants to meet up and grab coffee? Has this conversation really given him the feeling that I'm interested in him? Does he think that we bonded over his... Well, you keep fucking talking to him and replying back immediately. You're not exactly feigning uninterest. Girls, pro tip. If you're not interested in a guy, don't reply to him, ever. Just be like, I'm not interested. Block. Like, come on. She, like, messages him anytime she can. She replies immediately, gets in conversations with him. What's he supposed to think? I'm about to tell him no, but some part of me hesitates and halts my fingers. Because you're an idiot. Kojiro has connections. The morgue. The bullshit he does. It's not inconceivable that he might be a useful tool in the future, but no, he's going to get you caught. At this stage, I'm about 80% sure he doesn't know my true identity. It might be safe to meet up with... No, it isn't. On the other hand, I get the impression that even if I knew who I really am, he'd only be impressed. And by going out to coffee with him, you're just only going to make him more interested in you. It's a gamble. It could be beneficial, or it could lead me to being caught out. I might even get arrested for my involvement in 3 deaths. Though, is what I'm doing really illegal? I'm not so sure. But I don't think a jury would fight my side. That's why I have to err on the side of caution at all times. Kojiro? Fuck me. Why? What good could come of this? I typed the words and hit send before I have a mere second thoughts. It might be a fatal mistake, but if I'm clever enough, I can wrap them around my finger and utilize... You can't do that because... Cool. Message you tomorrow. Bye. Kojiro's status immediately changes offline. I rest my phone on the couch and look back at the laptop screen in front of me. The smiling, beautiful faces of 2 identical women stare back at me. That's right, I was about to start working on this most interesting request. I still have plenty of time before I need to get to sleep. With the thought in mind, I set my task with high spirits. Yep. Our character is so stupid. Thursday afternoon. The tiny balcony jutting out the side of my apartment is nothing like it was advertised in the real estate listing. When I first saw the misleading photos, I thought it would be spacious and bright, an open-air hideaway that I could use to get some fresh air and improve my health. I wanted to set up a tiny garden and throw some plants. Nothing that would require a lot of work, but something that would occupy my spare time. In reality, the balcony is a depressing amalgamation of steel and concrete that saps away my desire to stand on it. Damn. It rests in the eternal shadow of the surrounding buildings and it manages to catch the sun's rays for about 4 minutes every day. It's an understatement to say I was disappointed when I ventured out upon it the first time. I suppose if nothing else, it's a good vantage point for looking over the city, but that's the only positive thing I have to say about it. As I stand here with my back against the railing, I calmly sip a lukewarm mug of... They do this on shit on purpose. Look at this again. God damn it. Mug green tea. I breathe a heavy sigh. I should be at the office. I should be tapping away at my keyboard, getting through the backlog of work that has been accumulating this week. And instead, I'm here at home, tired and strained from wearing thin to the seams. I called in sick this morning. I don't know if my supervisor bought the lie, but he did tell me to stay home and feel better. So that's what I've been trying to do. It's my own fault I feel this way. It's my own fault I stayed up again until 4 a.m. I know that lack of sleep exacerbates my condition. I know that skipping meals and refusing to take medication makes me feel this way. I know that I do this to myself. I know. But this is me. This is what I do to myself to try to take on each day. This is the way I stretch myself thin, for no other reason than some days I don't want to feel better. I just want to be. I want to stay up late and work on Corpse Girl's request. My body's need for sleep doesn't come before my ambitions. I want to eat only when necessary, because when I'm slim, I look beautiful. I want to be beautiful, just like her. Like who? Okay, that was interesting. I want to skip my medication because taking the same pills every day is a hassle and expensive, and I question whether I really need them anymore. Yeah, you need them. You need them very badly. If I could just stay at home like this, I wouldn't need medication. I even came out to the balcony, and that just counts as being outside. So why do I need to take the pills? Because you're fucking crazy. Is it true that when I skip a few days, I end up like this? I try to convince myself that I'm fine, that I'm fixed. Like I was broken, some broken thing that has been magically repaired. But I end up staying inside all day, with the curtains shut and my eyes locked on the screen. I know that when I stay on top of my medication, I can go to work and park at the library without a second thought. I can get on the train and not worry about strangers breathing on me or touching me. I can go to the convenience stores and leisurely look around. I even went to that restaurant last week and read a book while eating dinner, and no one tried to cut me or abduct me. Jesus. And no one tried to strangle themselves in front of me and Yuriko. What? Can I really only go out and do these normal things because of some tiny pills that a doctor said I need? Yep. Or can I do these things because I'm actually better now? Nope. Maybe I was never unwell in the first place. Not irrational. Just cautious, careful, concerned. Nope. There's this... It's just giving me flashbacks. There's this person who, I'm not going to say anything specific, because if they're watching this, they know who they are. But they stopped taking their medication. And, they ruined their lives. And the lives of the people around them. And they thought they were never feeling better. They thought the medication was keeping them cloudy, their mind cloudy. And once they stop taking the medication, they can suddenly feel everything around them, and they're thinking sane for the first time ever. Fucking stupid. If you need medication like that, you should probably be taking it. Well, I've been outside for long enough anyway. I'll go inside since it's getting late. Plus, I have the feeling somebody on the street below has been watching me and is about to waiting to... Jesus. Yeah, she's paranoid. I enter my apartment, set the mug aside, and retreat in my bedroom. My phone is where I left it, sitting face up and begging for my undivided attention. I snatch it up, unlocking the screen. I'm greeted by the last web page I left open, and my custom-made news alert for obituaries. From tomorrow morning, I'll be anxiously awaiting the news of my latest victim's fate. I time-stamped the photo with tomorrow's date, June 5th, 9:01 a.m. That unlucky twin has already received the photo. I sent it out earlier today. After sending a photo, I always hide the burner phone out in the unused shed behind. Yeah, I know. Getting the phone into the shed this morning was rather difficult. I had to cover up my face and my hands with some old clothes as I waited until nobody was in sight before dashing as fast as I could. It took me a good 10 minutes to collect myself inside the shed before I could rush back into my apartment and lock the door behind me. I didn't think anybody would try to follow me. However, I know that I'm going to need to retrieve the phone again as soon tomorrow and dispose of it. I'll check for a reply from the victim, and of course, not that they ever reply, then I'll destroy the SIM and discard the phone just like I always do. It might be difficult to get out there and to the shed again. On top of that, I should really go to the office. Oh, and then there's one more thing I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Kojiro wants to meet for coffee, because I'm an idiot. I'm not so deluded to think I can actually pull off all those escapades tomorrow in my current state. I resign myself to reaching for a bottle of medication on my dresser. Good. Maybe another week of taking these pills won't be so bad. Or the rest of your life. They tend to increase my appetite, which is really annoying. It's a constant struggle to try to ignore the hunger that tears up my stomach. Maybe this game is just a story of a mentally ill girl who's really bored at work and has fantasies about all this shit. And she's really not doing any of this. Though the prologue would suggest otherwise, but maybe that was another fantasy in her head. Because I think she's just, maybe she has some sort of eating disorder and paranoia. I don't know. Sometimes I look at these photos of Aoi on my phone and feel absolutely nothing. Other times I simply be scrolling through noise while sitting on top of the train, feeling an overwhelming urge to explode. I do my best to dismiss my doubts and fears as I swallowed 2 of the tiny tablets. I followed that up with a sip of water from the bottle kept next to my bed, and I fight the urge to retch. I'll take a shower to freshen up. After that, I should curl up in bed and read. I'll need to conserve my strength for tomorrow, so early night is in order. Maybe tomorrow's the day I can finally be better. You probably will feel better because you took your pills. Friday morning.
Where the hell were you yesterday?
Oh, I was sick.
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
That's so sweet.
Tomoe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably so.
Listen, have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
Yeah. Thanks, though.
Huh? Thanks for what?
For thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Tomoe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. They're taunting me now with this bullshit. Despite our differences, our interactions regarding Corpse Girl have helped us bond a little. I'm not counting on Tomoe and I having a lasting relationship. Even just quiet peace might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people, regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect each other.
I'm at my desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
She waves and leaves the cryptic statement in the air behind her. I return my attention to my computer and mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to waddle up to my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya. Yay, Shinya.
You were in yesterday?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Are you well?
Nope.
Yep.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Aoi?
She's not my friend.
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Yep.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just my future and everything. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Aoi a job.
Little did I know she's an unreliable narrator.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence. I really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
Probably.
When you put it that way...
It really is your fault. I'm not trying to be callous, but what he said makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Allie struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
Right.
If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is a cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come to the office with a knife. Jesus. Maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and quest Katomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Who knows? I can't read the guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me. So what would I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon. Maybe she'll find a job that suits her one day.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Say, seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
That depends on what it is.
It's related to,
Oh
intercourse?
my fucking god. You can't find anyone else better to talk about this with? What about your parents? My face crunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this comment. I don't either.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes.
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it.
Then you're in an unhealthy relationship and you should break up with her. Like, come on, dude. You can't talk to your girlfriend about sex?
You're really the only other friend I have, so...
Jesus. Shinya's face takes a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
Oh, if, hypothetically speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know...
Pegging? Anal?
Sex?
His face turns green in an instant. I'm gonna start defying the game because they're pissing me off with this.
Yes, that. If someone pressures you into it and you really don't want to do it, what should you do?
You should say no. That's what you should do, Shinya. I don't want to have sex with you right now. I want to wait.
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Yes. Of course.
I feel like my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he's obviously... Because he didn't want to have to say no. He wants some crazy work... Are you crying? He wants some crazy workaround that... If you can't talk about this stuff with your girlfriend, she's not your girlfriend, dude.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never...
Oh, of course not.
Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic.
It really was. It's not appropriate at all.
I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please, forgive my lack of professionalism.
I won't. Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get a chance to say anything else. They don't have Google in Japan? You can't, like, Reddit that or something? Get some real advice from the Reddit pals? What was that all about? I think you know what it's about. She's an eccentric, outgoing person who wants to have sex, and he's an introverted little dweeb who doesn't want to have sex right now, but can't say it to his girlfriend for some reason. It's fine not wanting to have sex early in a relationship, guys or girls, but if you can't even talk to your other about that, I don't know what you're doing. Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She seems really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? I don't think so, but we'll see. It could be possible. Maybe it's the guilt from not being able to prevent his career from going down the toilet, but I feel like I should try to do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once the double doors close, I get up from my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Your boyfriend doesn't want to have sex with you.
Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut? Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't.
It isn't my business, and I shouldn't be talking to you. I'm sorry. I'll leave immediately.
Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road.
Okay.
And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
Alright, so you're not pressuring him, then who's pressuring him? Maybe a supervisor?
Okay, I believe you.
Why are you asking me anyway? Did Shinya say something to you?
Maybe it's Ida, that one bitch who was really, really evil.
No, I was curious, that's all.
You think we're real friendly now, don't you? Well, I don't mind some girl talk. Come talk to me anytime.
About anything.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Tomoe waggles her fingers in goodbye wave, and I return to my desk. If I take Tomoe at a word, which I find myself increasingly doing often, then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything she's uncomfortable with. Yeah, I don't think she is. So that would mean only one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. It's probably the upper level office worker who's trying to get him to have sex with her for some reason. But the guy admitted to me, only today, that his only friends are Tomoe and myself, so who else is he talking about when he brought up the subject? I'm a little worried I haven't received a news alert from the obituary today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo timestamp 9:01 a.m. this morning. If my method worked like it had the last few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or someone mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. It's not like I've managed to identify Corpse Girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet, I can't find anything matches obituaries for today. I've tried searching manually too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can to find, and I've come up with nothing. It's possible that she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back to square one. My winning streak will be over before it really begins, if the corpse's photo has no effect. I'll make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way home from work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
God damn it. You are such a terrible person to look at. That familiar halting voice snaps me in my thoughts. Kojiro stands before me wearing slightly cleaner clothes than the last time because he's a cop. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date. He absolutely did. He asked you out for coffee and you said yes. That's a date move. What do you think that is? And decided to wear this absolute best outfit. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi,
Can I sit?
please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair across and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. His tall, lanky form doesn't really seem to fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Hardly waiting.
Great. Ordered yet?
Nope.
No. What do you recommend?
Spotted dick.
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here.
Cool.
Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing. I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around, and Kojiro places our order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken back, as she bows politely and humbly asks him to... Oh, that's so awful. Why would you do that? Once our order is settled, Kojiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
You wear glasses?
I subconsciously reach my hand to my face and check if I'm indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
Kojiro leans back casually and shrugs.
Couldn't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time, is he referring to when we met in the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just make a conversation.
It's a little eerie on anime faces, because they're so clean and like they don't show any other distinguishing features on a face, like pimples and acne or anything like that. They're always just so clear and like smooth. So they're trying to do this 5 o'clock shadow thing here, and it's not really working out because it just looks really weird to me. Because the rest of his face is so fucking smooth. It looks like someone just... It looks like there's bugs on his face, honestly. If I'm, like fleas, like I was saying earlier. It's really weird.
This place is great, right?
It's true that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the display of various cakes in the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume is French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kojiro as well.
Oh, is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry. It's on me. How's work? The bank, right?
I cocked my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Of course he would have read my nose profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate gâteau. The cake is delicate and moist, and my stomach growls at betrayal of my convictions. Didn't she say she wasn't hungry? Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave.
A bite?
No, dude, I said no. He scoops up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave my hand politely and shake my head.
Oh well.
He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Could eat if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
Dude, what is wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Just saying. Could stand to gain some weight.
Jesus. Never ever say that. The nerve of him. Who would say that to a young woman? Yeah, who would?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think...
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean.
You're doing a bad job, Kojiro.
You're gorgeous. Just saying. Some cake wouldn't hurt.
I'm gorgeous. I feel a little flushed, and I look down at my phone to avoid Kojiro's warm gaze.
Try the coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature, and it's absolutely delightful, rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I've probably been wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kojiro arrived, I smile.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
This guy is really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned, still. Then why did you come here at all? The praise is kind of nice, even if he's just trying to play me with the oldest lines in the book. Yeah, it's a really old line to say that, you're skin and bones and you should eat more. I figure I should switch on to the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question.
I love how loose his tie is. It shows that he's really, a a laid-back guy.
Okay, let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22. Damn, 12 years. Never thought about it. Shit, I'm old.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
I don't mind. I'm 20.
Okay.
Phew. Okay. Right.
It's a little bit of an age gap there. A little bit more than an age gap. It's like they could... It's pretty big age gap, I'm gonna be honest.
Is that an issue?
Kind of.
No, of course not. You're mature for your age. Or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
You're out of touch.
I can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
Nope. And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that? I'm a lesbian.
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type.
Do you have a vagina?
And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
Do you have a clitoris?
That's so. Unrequited love, huh?
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. I mean, you're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
Mad. He raises his cup of coffee and toast, and takes a sip. I think this guy's probably my least favorite character so far. I don't know why, I just really don't like him. The way he talks kind of annoys me. And that's coming from someone... Or, that's coming from, you know, the other characters in this game. Who's that girl? Tomoe. She talks in like a California girl accent. This guy still annoys me more than she does. If he could take a rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character. It just speaks to the fact that he's not an asshole.
So, corpse girl.
It's a smart thing to do, you know. At least you were direct with him. Although you should probably have done this before the cup of coffee, but...
Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
He's a cop.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4 if I'm lucky. I try not to say this out loud.
Eiichi Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Cut the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I don't know how he died, though. I did leave him to believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
I totally would request his death, just to be an asshole, but yeah.
We'll see.
His face lights up, almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited, even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death. Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me. I'm dying to know how it goes down.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
The game would get better.
I can protect myself.
Totally.
I mainly want a corpse photo. How does she do it?
He's a cop.
Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
Bango.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting. I won't lie.
No, Belle Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So, has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died, and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian? I can imagine the waiter's reaction. Ah, classic.
Kojiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
It takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book is in question and sticking out the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nod and reach for the book. I pull out the massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags on the bag zipper and causes some contents to fly out. Great.
Whoa.
Whoa! A few personal belongings fall to the floor with clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick up my things. He pauses when his hands grapple another book that has fallen underneath strange flower.
Fausse photographie?
Why did you come here, you idiot?
What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try to snatch it from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro is quick and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He returns to his seat and flips through the pages as I finish packing my belongings away. I bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
Yo, you can read this?
Yo.
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first. Oh, these images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks at me.
I figured it out.
I brace myself for his inevitable accusation.
Corpse Girl fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct, but will we go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Hey, why do you have this book?
I'm Corpse Girl.
Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
Bango.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo. The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse. Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower. She makes it look like the Vic.
He's a cop. How can you not tell this? He keeps saying Vic.
It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Huh, I see.
Immediately, my mind starts to kick up into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism would be amazing. It'd be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It will be the next step in realism. I'm sure to convince victims to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims could be relied upon to kill themselves, then I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't have to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All of the deaths would be caused by suicide. It would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forging a convincing enough corpse replica. Okay, so she does eventually do this, because we know from the prologue that our first character's corpse was wheeled into the hallway of her apartment and she saw it. And if that wasn't a hallucination, it means she went through with it. But the legwork involved in acquiring corpses would be... That's it. The answer is sitting right in front of me, with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands. God damn it.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies? Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone, mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer. I'd give away spare corpses, no problem.
Can you be more obvious?
Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right.
Come on, guys.
But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan. I support her work. It's fascinating. If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
This is amazingly stupid. I never imagined that this meeting could be so lucrative. If I wanted to get my hands on all the corpses I'll ever need, I'll just ask him here and now. I found myself breathing heavily, and I noticed that my cheeks are warm and my head feels slightly airy. Yeah, there's nothing in between your fucking ears. It all comes down to whether I really don't want to step on my game. Ugh. The way things are, well, the twin women. My latest victim doesn't seem to be giving up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are the cases where the previous victims, Akane Tsurumaki killed herself, there's no doubt about it. But Ichi Hanade, it's highly possible his car wreck was truly accidental. I may not have found a hand in that one after all. Ruri Hatano, my first ever conquest, the cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have killed herself in the position her body was discovered in. She's the whole reason I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place, after all. So there's one definite suicide, one potential murder, and one death that was an accident. A traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like the deaths are just caused by random, and then when you pile on the countless failures I've encountered over the past year, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers and make them look like my victims. The work would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt about it, and it'll take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing, props. And then there's lighting to consider, and backdrops. It's one thing to take an image from a database of the deceased and have its corpse splattered on the pavement, ready to go. It's an entirely different thing to drag a body out of a morgue and plant it in a position, then take photos of it. There will be a lot to consider here. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage to ask right now. Kojiro straight for his help yet. But if I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it will lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Yo, finished your coffee?
Yo.
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and then steps towards me. I stand up too, playing my best hand. I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. Yeah, that's not a good idea. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height. I don't think I pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Oh,
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
I give him my best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. Jesus. I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out on the pavement outside. It's not in my nature to try to seduce somebody for my benefit, so much that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off, but for now, I left the cafe. I can't look back to see what kind of effect I had on Kujiro, if any. You had an effect, obviously. If a girl randomly kisses you, it had an effect. Even if it is just bafflement. I cross the road and shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm about to get myself into. Nope. Oh, hey, we're here again. The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and the windows closed, I find myself in the mall shopping for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on life power. I tried plugging it into different outlets, I tried plugging it into my laptop, but nothing I did gave my device even the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around, but I turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. I couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. So either the charger has died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to someone for a day or two go without it. So I'm hedging my bets on the issue being with the charger. If I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store would probably have the budget charger that I could fit into my device. I just want to find out what I'm looking for and get the hell out of this place. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I've been browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any sign of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course, but this is a big country, and people die every day. But very few matched the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match had photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was a dead end after dead end. I might have just had to accept the fact that the latest request will go unfulfilled. But accepting it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I found myself stomping through the mall once more often than simply walking. A few people glance at me, but I don't pay any heed. I wanted that woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice in the despair of the fate that befell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down, down and down and down. These monologues she goes on about how death makes her feel and all that, and how she's really into it, is my favorite part of the game. It's definitely the strongest part to me, anyway. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die, to spiral down, to die. Because monologues like this have that horror-esque to them that I thought I'd be getting more of this in the game, but honestly, so far it's been kind of tame. Not that that's a bad thing, but to spiral out of control. I want her to die. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. Spiral down, down, down.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, my hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs.
Ah! Why didn't you die?
See, this is cool.
Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Totally, bruh.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die.
Is she going to kill somebody?
kill her. I'll find her. I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll find that twin bitch. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
Yeah, like, when it's doing this stuff, it's cool.
All right, that's enough.
A strong hand pulls on my shoulder and my face hits the ground hard. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see is my blurry vision in the checkered, tiled floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tugged backward and my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek, and rudely awakes me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding an ice pack to my cheek, and he motions for me to take it hold of myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Huh?
Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk caused a dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly. The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
This guy, I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the very same guy who lives in my apartment building. The nice guy who greets me in the stairwell. I didn't recognize him either. The father of the sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you odd completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Nariko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I try to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger, or fear, or something familiar, primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Nariko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming. An image of a smiling woman flashes in my head. A twin woman with the beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die. That's right. I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. Stupid, 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 stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine barely bothers me. Yeah, it's like moments like this why I think that maybe this whole thing is just an unreliable narrator and she's really just mentally ill. But the shopping mall? What was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake. Taking a pill every other day, or when I feel like it, isn't going to help me. Yeah. Skipping days at a time and just popping a few in my mouth when I need to go leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Yep. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take what. Yep. Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be calm all the times. Stoic, unflinching, Noriko. What the fuck am I doing?
Nariko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
No.
I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Nariko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police.
Call the police for what? All I did was have an outburst in the middle of a mall, like a little kid.
You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A broad, intimidating man enters a small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
This her?
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression.
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Nariko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under his fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst. Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
I need a lawyer.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk to my lawyer about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
Oh, you can discuss that with my lawyer. His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
Sure. A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
The medication excuse.
Classic.
I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something, and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm. And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings.
Do you have a warrant, Mr.
You
Fujikawa?
understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open, rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the bag, save for one thing, my phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realize that the last drop of battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. Well, he searched your phone without your consent, and he doesn't have a warrant. You are being detained, but it doesn't mean they can just search your shit. I think. I don't know about Japanese law. It's not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's what my collection of burner phones is for. But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro, for starters. Yeah, why'd you do that in the first place, you idiot? And then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe and those famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded onto the internet. What images of Aoi and Tomoe? Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard. You have their photos? Why? I don't understand. What photos? The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. Still, I'd rather not keep personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws my phone to me, and I barely manage to catch it in my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of the steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me at the black reflection. I don't look good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some other person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained any weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. A sour taste rolls around my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I could probably use it. I can do nothing but nod as that wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Fujikawa spins on his heel with some force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them in my handbag. As I leave for the office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. Oh god. Okay. We're having a little bit of an episode here, guys. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak, weak, weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of peppy pink pills. Noriko, Noriko, Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. But I'm more than that. More than her. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than a frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters. Corpse Girl matters. She will succeed and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight, or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi, with her small frame and cute features, and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe, with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko, with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, but with the vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear, but now just glaze over whenever you try to talk to her. I needed to look like Noriko, with her dark hair and her intense gaze and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like a skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion. I cursed at the mirror and spit at my own reflection.
Fuck you!
I clenched my fist until my nails digged and tear and pierced my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down on the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I always sought. It's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Yuriko got put on ice, and after I found this apartment that I felt so strange at first. This is who I am.
I love your hair. Your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed him gently, then pressed him against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
That was really fucked up. That was really, really, really terrible. To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning clearing up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get the few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean a bit of lipstick off of my mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water. Good. I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. Good. It'll be some time before I feel stable, maybe in a few weeks. But the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Good. Today's the day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl. For me. With my room now clean, I decided to spend a little more time tidying up the rest of my apartment. And as I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of the commitments, Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1. I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because that toy woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her, and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. I'm not dead yet. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve. After all, Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace that I need to win. Commitment number 2, I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken, not yet. I'm going to improve. I'm going to keep with my medications. I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have, Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoyo. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more, because I want to stay slim. But enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, and the last one. I'm gonna get over Aoi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities, my anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Cling on to hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is and always will be my dearest friend. I always love her, but I will let her remain as simply a friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. The last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day, Instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there and never will be. Damn. Tomoyo, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or the whole aesthetic she built herself on, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous, he really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. For now, I can't think of anyone else that would seriously pursue, but I'd give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I found myself smiling as I finished tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does uplift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that always seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building, for at least as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment because it's pretty easy to smell it from downstairs too. As far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure at least one of these is a new victim will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims, fresh blood. The first one is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see in the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap to say this miserable wife wants to put him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of the unremarkable world. The second victim is much more interesting. Yes, it is. 2 things strike me noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Yep. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. True. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, and though its owner values it above all else, a signature is scrawled across the white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess that I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet that this gruntled fan is requesting her death. She's an idol, or a singer, or an actor. It wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times. They shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out, and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her, kill her. Well, that's the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some of the finer details of the photo. Damn. The reasons behind their quest don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photos first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I send the photo. It will be kind of a fun schedule to 2 deaths occur around the same time. It'll make tomorrow a very exciting day. My goal is set. I load the database of the deceased and get to work. Okay. Monday evening. Rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to have my medication in correct doses. I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train. I got to the convenience store at the usual time. I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever. Stronger enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I'm greeted by both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office. I even made a small talk with her a few times. Since today is nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them before heading home again. Being social helped me get through this. That's what Oe used to tell me. Anyway, at least before she stopped being so sure herself. It's about 5:45 p.m. And although both of my latest victims should have been killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for the obituaries. I have a news alert on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified. But even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches nadir at this time of the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in this quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yo, what up, slut?
Yep. About a week ago, I would have been taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we might have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
Yeah.
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but
Oh, what's wrong?
hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Well, nobody could look you in the eye when your cleavage is popping out like that.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
No, not in a million years, unless that other woman is his boss, who I predicted is sexually harassing him.
Another woman?
Some fragment of memory, some glints of murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Yeah, the time he told you that somebody's pressuring him into sex, and you kind of thought it was her, but it's not her, it's his boss that you met earlier. Ugh. Shinya and another woman. Something is on my tongue, but I can't. Oh, come on, formulate your thoughts already. I did it for you.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
He's not cheating, he's being sexually harassed. Cheating, no, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory was that flitting around the edges of my consciousness to come to light. Shinya spoke to me hypothetically about being pressured into sex. He said that Tomoya wasn't the one pressuring him, so who was he talking about? Ida, the fucking bitch. Is this something I should talk to Tomoya about? If Shinya is really having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoya, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But is even my place? It's not your place. Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoya's my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore all these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoyo are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy, together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
Why would you say it like that? He's not involved with another woman. Another woman is pressuring him. God damn it.
What? Are you serious?
Listen, though, it's not exactly how it sounds.
No, it isn't.
He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
I wonder why.
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I don't think they're trying to seduce him. I think they're trying to just fucking sexually harass
I'm
him.
afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him.
It's obviously Ida, the girl who wants to keep him at his low-level job for as long as possible so she can fuck with him.
I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, because I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Mayo grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, Skank. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomeo will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words, but I can't hear it from my position. Tomeo then leaves, and then Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomeo has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on the floor, myself and Shinya included. I found myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave, and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
Show me where Ida touched you.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into personal affairs, I need to dig deeper, and I'm going to try to help him feel better. But what should I even say? Obviously the first one. We've already deduced that it's not Tomeo.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to go through to him. I don't expect anything, really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content with sit back and watch on the sidelines.
Don't need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person... I know. Ask me. It could be someone from the office. It could be someone from his private life. I'm confident it's not Tomeo. Shinya isn't that kind of person to even stand up for himself. He's probably not even the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever's happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If we don't put one foot in front of the other and cut the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything, he doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is the guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see. Probably doesn't the best starting point, but I'm truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily, I was expecting more resistance. I see he's not that bad.
Can you tell me who it is?
It's Ida.
I can't.
It's my boss.
Can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe.
It's my boss.
I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
No, you're not. Trapped. It's a feeling I'm also familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims. Not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. A part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it to be true. Yeah, you're a murderer. You don't really have room to talk about anything. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
Or you could just sit there and be sexually assaulted and then lose your mind. I mean, I don't know what you want, dude. His job. Oh, put it together, woman. Like, why are you so stupid? Why am I so smart? I can't even read, and I know this. Then it's somebody we work with. I wonder who. Probably the only other manager we've met in this game. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
Somebody here then.
I'm either setting myself up to look like a total idiot or Noriko is a total idiot. I speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry. I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager. An exec.
Yep, piece it together.
And that's why you can't tell me.
Yep.
That's right.
I nod. I can see his predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
I know who it is, right?
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Why are you trying to solve this? Shouldn't you be talking with his girlfriend about this?
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparks deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme. A scheme I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the doors close behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans around me, I stand close and close my eyes. Or I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun drips behind the office towers in the distance while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to the dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in the traces of Shinya's footsteps towards the elevator. How do you know what floor he went to? Oh, you said the executive offices. Okay. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? It looks the exact same as the offices you've been in. When execs have their business and junior staff, they descend from this lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
Dun, dun, dun. A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, with like a whisper with a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
I creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope that the ding of the elevator's arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the identified voice.
Stop it.
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around a corner and catch a glimpse of the two bodies at the nearby desk.
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all. How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Kotimo Ida. The executive with Shinya's career in her hands. The very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Shh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
I swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward, rather proudly, and purposely bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling in the car. Smooth. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me, her eyes narrow into a hateful slit as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here? This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Alright, bitch.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somehow narrow even further to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
I fold my arms over my chest and I dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomeo has bloomed in my mind. Tomeo, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya. Tomeo, who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. Then why isn't she here and why are you here? In Tomeo's absence, it falls me to... Yeah.
Fuck off, you filthy snake.
Got her, bitch. I can't believe the foul words that tumble out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotsumio can't believe it either because her eyes finally widen and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid fucking idiot. Somehow, Tomeo's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my own body. My words echo her own. That, or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me.
You heard me loud
Got
and
her.
clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Your finger's still broken. You should see a doctor about that.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Kotomi grits her teeth, and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but with some minor miracle, I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply, and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko, that was amazing.
I nod and sway a little, then take another step, take another deep breath, and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
This horrifying music in the background is just getting comical at this point. I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. It looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not for the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting on my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Probably.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Tomeo's gonna love this. Shinya smiles for the first time in a while and releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. I got an achievement called Boy Justice. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles in the shower are polished to pearly sheen so much that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has a dark, matted hair in their eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wet my hair from my eyes and I stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs from the light to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that is fogged up in the glass. Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something that I don't really need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I relate. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body, causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone, and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome more as I bask in it once more. My phone is fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. Convenient. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the screen and dribble down. My eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user. Oh, god damn it. Koji. Kojiro is calling me. I answer the call.
Noriko?
Yup.
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Nope.
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something.
Oh, every time he says mad, it makes me mad. This game's so good. It knows what it's doing.
I saw a post on
Reddit? 4chan?
This call has static.
I'm naked in the shower.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Calm down.
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well, sorry. Awkward now.
Because you made it awkward, you fucking idiot.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board Noise Chan is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by Noise Channel, is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by frequent users. Not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something."
I think we've seen this before.
End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote about they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman, or the attractive, semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Show off. Of course, it was a stupid question. No one else would attach their name to such a strange post.
Was hoping you could tell me.
Why would I know?
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
Okay, music's kicked in. Sitting up straight. This again. Kojiro doesn't let it slide because you keep fucking talking to him. What is wrong with you? Why does he expect me now? What did I do this time? Well, you keep talking to him about the same damn subject over and over and over again.
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply. I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting, very interesting. Both posters talk about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is a semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they take a discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves, or were they enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of a failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit, he's once again assuming my true identity. I'm starting to talk like fucking Tomeo. Oh, I'm so tired. Alright. we're gonna end here soon, like 2 minutes. Once this shower scene is over. He's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk a path that's going and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over, but not me. Not new and improved Noriko. Instead, I'm in the shower thinking about this. I turn off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. I like that. That's cute. The thick flab of skeletal arm jiggles as I dry myself off. I like how they're doing this. It's they're showing her 2 minds about it. Like, she calls herself corpulent, but also she says she is an emaciated. So she recognizes her emaciated body, and then she says a thick flab on my skeletal arms. You know. When I'm satisfied with my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. It's really scary how hateful people with eating disorders view themselves, and their bodies specifically. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I am thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame is simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit. Entering the bedroom, I sit down on my bed with the towel around my body and another around my hair. My laptop is my laptop is lying on the open sheets, so I pull it towards me. A few clever I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. My laptop is dying. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to the post on a noise channel that Kuroshiro just, yeah. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there's any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that the 2 latest victims created these posts. I spend a little time applying various moisturizing creams on my skin before getting dressed on my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try to plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to the morgue? It's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding for me, for Corpse Girl. I pull out my laptop once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna save here. I've been going for 4 hours. I'm tired. I really like this section. She obviously has a very severe eating disorder. And I kind of wish I could tell easier with the art style. Oh, now there's Kojiro here. Great, my favorite character. But it's hard to tell. She looks normal to me, but I guess that's the point, right? Yeah, this is a really good section. Lots of good points. I think the game is best when it's has those crazy moments of her like going insane. She obviously has some pretty severe mental issues. I don't know if this whole corpse girl thing is in her head or it's real. But either way, it's interesting. Let's see this gallery. Alright. I'd say we're... Oh, I missed something. What? How did I miss something? Is this the decision I made with, Aoi? I could have had another thing instead of this breakdown? I don't know. That's interesting, though. I'm missing something here. I've only had 2 decisions I've had to make. I had a decision with Aoi. And what was the other one? Oh, to hang out with, Tomeo or not. Or just tell her to fuck off. And I chose to go after Aoi, and apparently that was the wrong decision according to the game. That pissed her off. Probably enough to send my image through Corpse Girl's website, and then I chose to hang out with Tomoe, which I don't regret. It was fine. At least we're friends now. Anyway, good game. Fun. Looking forward to the next session. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.